red lockers, downstairs, upstairs, artwork, a cow. These are the things that you notice around Walter Payton College Prep. But do you ever see the number 34? Do you ever feel haunted by this number? You are not alone.
In the year of 2012, 3 curious psychology students at Payton Prep set out on a mission to see if different grade levels noticed the number 34 more than others. To do this, they created a survey that asked students to rank on a scale of 1 to 8 how often they came across the number both inside and outside of Payton. They also questioned things that could possibly influence this ranking, such as how often do you stay after school, and did your pal or any other upperclassman tell you as a freshman that the number 34 would follow you everywhere? With the green sections of the graphs representing the percentage of those who gave this question a high ranking, it was made very clear that most Payton students feel haunted by 34, especially when outside of school. The researchers were also not very surprised when 90% of the students surveyed agreed the curse of the number grew as they progressed in their high school career. As for the other questions, the psychology students could not find any other correlation between the type of students and their feelings of being haunted by the number 34. Whether they love or hate the school, stay there every day, or go straight home when the bell rings, the magic number never failed to catch their attention.
Do you find that the number 34 haunts you?
It definitely does. That is my life. Every time I look at the clock, it's something 34, if not 10:34.
Well, there's a 34, a big dumb 34 on the back of the building. I mean, come on now. How obvious can we get? And then I see 34 on the clocks, 34 everywhere. Like, everyone just uses the number. There's 34 right there. Look at his shirt. Like, it's everywhere.
Where was the strangest place you've seen the number 34?
In a park, mowed into the grass.
In Indiana, we were on these cornfields, and someone had carved number 34 into the tree. Like, it was really big, and I'm like, I just looked at it, and I'm like, whatever. That's not even.
I woke up really early to get in line to get into one of the programs that I wanted to, and I ended up being number 34.
Nice.
Of course.
Nice.
And you know that, like, that commercial, they're talking about the yogurt and the opportunity. That kid on the spelling bee has the number 34. I was like, what the heck? 34 follows me everywhere.
One time I was at Five Guys, and like the recipe they gave me, or not the recipe, to get a seat, they had said 34.
I feel like I saw on a piece of a fortune cookie in an alley. What was I doing in the alley? I don't know. Next question.
The number 34 has haunted Payton students as long as they can remember. But does this number actually follow you? Is it a curse, or is it really all in your head? We will find the answers to these questions and many more by studying something called selective attention.
Selective attention is the process by which a person can selectively pick out one message from a mixture of messages occurring simultaneously. You might be familiar with Daniel Simmons' Invisible Gorilla video, where if you're counting the number of times the ball gets passed, you will probably miss the gorilla walking by. Though, in this particular version, by looking for the gorilla, you will also probably miss the color of the curtains changing in the background and the disappearance of a player. This is a perfect example of how we ultimately choose what we want to see.
For people who haven't seen or heard about a video like this before, about half miss the gorilla. If you knew about the gorilla, you probably saw it. Let's rewind and watch it again. Here comes the gorilla, and there goes a player, and the curtain is changing from red to gold.
Donald Broadbent, an experimental psychologist, is known for his filter theory of attention that supports the idea that a filter is located between the incoming sensory register and the short-term memory areas of the brain. Following Broadbent's ideas, Anne Treisman from Princeton University created the attenuation model. In this model, information is not completely blocked out as Broadbent thought, but it is only processed at an unconscious level when processed through a filter mechanism. She determined that things with a lower threshold value are more easily recognized. Soon after, the Deutsch-Norman model of attention was developed, which included a second selection mechanism based on the meaning of a word or item. They believed that Treisman's model was incorrect about the information not being processed to working memory, but thought that the information passed through a secondary filter after pattern recognition. If the information was found to be unimportant by the secondary filter, it would not enter the working memory, and only the important information was able to come to our awareness. At Payton, we are exposed to the number 34 during our freshman year, when we learn from our pals the many facts and traditions to know about the school. As young freshmen, these ideas become important to us and are eventually stored in our long-term memory. After years of being surrounded by the Payton spirit and all the 34s that come along with it, like hearing your name in a noisy room, our brains are basically trained to jump at the sight of a 34. So even if we see a number like 25 just as much, our brain may never react the same as it would in the presence of the beloved 34.
It's crazy, man. It's the life of a Paytonite.
So is it a curse, or is it all in your head? You decide. I'm Philip Zimbardo, and Miss Ashley, this is for you.
I woke up during the summer, and I looked out my window, and it was daytime, and I didn't want to look at the clock because I was afraid it said 10:34. So I waited, and then I looked at the clock, and it said 10:35. Mission accomplished.
Can we put that at the end of the